पावन जी के दर्शन कर पाए संगमाला जुआइन ngata chatpa daksat tang amet jidang ngata ngirip gun pha bazat kongsa chok jalches la ngata sangmala skap stop chezino yakasa kongsa lami namden galwang tham che khenchin spa chen pochok potang gyapel ling de tasa kartex chok sa pepsin jiktang kan memang se tone ikane matang sangmala juwa teuin mata daksa charpa matang space cups juwain mata ngirip gun daksa chuksalna phapsalna ngirip gun tere sangmala zikshesla lamos kodin juste juwain yang sekitar tere Ladakh nang pe sokdu tang lak pe Ladakh yang matang tang media so de sonam chat exact yang so la de la bet galwa kan ta se 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 ko matang tang media pe pha Sonam Chan, yang madam sami mitsena, jarzang projection.
Yelia. Stinor Consalamin Namden, Galwan, Tamjet Kenjin Zixpa Chenko Chop, Dasa Juxika, Ma Solendang and Orju, Mimangon, Gyorsa, Ranransose, Naseka, Skuazat, Sakbasis Skuazat. Arden damkala gyurto innang bardujik metba kalashik metba obgeljik metba chillashik dubshana teo khamoshat bak
movement respiration reproduction
gombo chok kasa
movement respiration reproduction cooling
ikana jal duble
photosynthesis
denna chola taldan mimang samala join nija sakbase diringma mitsok gemso korang zomchen tidukju zomongos tepia suwa success na demo top nang lasmo top nang job very top nang deneka nija sangma juksa zachizno mi panyo Tugun, Agatogun, la Yarazat, Ringatan Samala, Pastor Sendazik Mosme, Pastor Sendazik Wang Salazachizano, Samshi Gamira. It's Matang Maiden, yang Zambo Ran Republic, Kyoda Samatang Marara, Sostan Asmigun, Ransasmigun, Karu Songmolang, China, Nasimoto.
Kapamaju.
Mika just yeah, Tenea, Tishi Kajo, Mika just is a
Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tene, Tishi Kajo, Musu, Galwa, Doji, good. Mida,
Thanks, Madu. Mushio.
Yeah, Mushi, Tishi Kajo, Tina, Mika just in bed, Kata.
Makab.
So,
Juate Okuldo, but a camera gun Gabatane, Yana, flash gun.
Everyone is requested to kindly not to use the flash slides while capturing photos and videos. It's requested. Camera, not mobile phone, flash screen. Camera, flash screen.
Makab, Jom, Serbum, Choshan.
Sakzateskyazar, Mimans Sangma Juaen, Sakzate, Nija Gyoksa Ranga Chazral Juksazat, I Juni Lain Bomangpojito, Nononomo, Lasmi Sujigot Nang, Tukjezat, Nija Kongon Spelazat, Get Tampo, Get Nispa, Get Sumpane, Sakzat Pejo, Samaranga Naseka Juksazat. Tene konsa chok yukshika nga sola zate tenokle tepia sangma karur nasa top nang ma thakring ayu yuksa majat karu speaker sung thosa merdoju tepia sung kane thos tenakola nija yukshe zatle yang nasa karu demo san nang demo top nang nijarang teka yuksa zatlo juste ngaje jua pulaju Jacques Mispejara,
Stop. So today here at Leh Ladakh, people with unwavering faith and devotion and conviction, lay people as well as monastics. So of course you have your own chores to do, but despite your busy schedules, you have come here for this initiation. So I would like to thank you for coming here. So first of all, I will do the preparatory ritual for the Great Compassionate Deity initiation or empowerment. So while I do the preparatory ritual, please recite the Om Mani Padme Hum, the six-syllable mantra of Avalokiteshvara, the deity of compassion. And you are full of great, good, positive qualities, and you are named Avalokiteshvara. Avalokiteshvara is the embodiment of compassion of all the Buddhas, whereas embodiment of the wisdom of all the Buddhas is Manjushri. So, but Chendrazik, Avalokiteshvara is a very special deity. So in the Heart Sutra, Avalokiteshvara was the one who was involved in question and answer session during the time of the Buddha. So since the time of the omniscient Gedun Drup, the first Dalai Lama, the former Dalai Lamas were all like the real Avalokiteshvara himself. But regarding myself, I do not have the qualities that they had. But my main practice is bodhicitta, this altruistic spirit of enlightenment. So I always pray with this verse, as long as space endures, for as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the transmigrators. So with regard to Tibet, it has a very special connection with Avalokiteshvara, the great compassionate deity. And similarly, the people in the Trans-Himalayan belt also have the same connection with Avalokiteshvara, and you also believe in Avalokiteshvara and pray to him. So with an unwavering faith and spiritual bond, with Avalokiteshvara, I will be giving the Avalokiteshvara empowerment to you. And I feel that I have used this human life in a worthy way and feel very joyous, feel joyful in my heart. And so while I do the preparatory ritual for the initiation, I would like you to recite the mantra of Avalokiteshvara, Om Mani Padme Hum, the 6-syllable mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. So while I prepare myself for the initiation, you will also get your tea. So, but I don't think you have brought the roasted barley powder or flour to eat with the tea. But anyway, you'll get bread, and so take the bread and tea. So regarding myself, I have the title of the Dalai Lama, and I am born into this lineage of the Dalai Lamas. So my main practice is bodhicitta and the view of emptiness. So having the title of, or the name of the Dalai Lamas, I'm someone who make bodhicitta and the view of emptiness as my fundamental practice day by day, on a daily basis. And you have strong, undivided devotion and faith and conviction in me. So during the reciting the mantra, you should do so with a single-minded faith in Avalokiteshvara. And have your tea and bread. So those of you who wish to take apricot for breakfast, you may do so. If you do take apricot, you will have the result later from eating. So if you take too many apricots, you may have loose motion later. So take your time to take your tea and bread and recite Om Mani Padme Hum mantra. And regarding myself, I am a Buddhist monk upholding the Buddhist monastic code of discipline. And so I would like you to, while I do the preparatory ritual, I would like you to recite the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra as well. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Mani beme hum, 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 mani beme. Mani beme hum, 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 mani beme hum. Om mani beme hum, 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 mani beme hum. Mani beme hum, 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 mani beme hum. Mani beme hum, 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 mani beme hum. Om mani beme hum, 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 mani beme hum. Om mani beme hum, mani beme hum, mani beme hum, mani beme hum, mani beme hum. Şabata. I don't know. So that was blessing the protective cord or string, which is supposed to be distributed to check your dreams. It's part of the preliminary process of the initiation. So we are going to go through the preparatory ritual of the initiation of Avalokiteshvara. So please make a mandala offering. This golden base of the universe, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Sumeru, the king of mountains, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I offer this to you, and may all sentient beings enjoy the pure land. And next we are saying this prayer. May the drum of the great sound of the drum of Dharma dispel the miseries of beings. So first of all, there's the bearing the correct motivation. Some enter the mandala seeking to achieve sacred mantra for the sake of this life. So many of us do that by going into the tantric practice, attending this kind of ceremony for the initiation or empowerment. We seek good in this life alone, like wealth, fame, name, and so forth, but that is wrong motivation to receive the tantric initiation. Some people seek the initiation or mantra, wishing for merit, and still others seek what is beyond this world. So thinking of benefiting others is good. The intelligence should enter the mandala with many acts of faith and seek the aim of what transcends the world. They should not wish for effects in this life. So, in order to serve the benefit or interest of others, to reach the state of Avalokiteshvara himself in the end as a result of your practice of Avalokiteshvara, that is a good motivation to receive, the correct motivation to receive the initiation of Avalokiteshvara. Otherwise, if you only think of the pleasures of this life alone, that is not the right motivation to receive this initiation. This must not be done. So if you only think of this life alone, you will not be able to do things that would benefit or help you in the next lives. We see how we, by indulging in the pleasures of this life, we cause lots of problems in our life and others' lives. So, can you hear? You listen to English? So the correct motivation that you should bear to participate in this empowerment of the great compassionate deity Avalokiteshvara is always to benefit others and to have this goal, intention to reach the ultimate goal of enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, and not be motivated by the pleasures of this life, the preoccupations of this life alone, nor think of reaching the that of the nirvana alone for your own sake. The one wishing for the effects in this life do not find the meaning in that which transcends the world. The one seeking that what transcends the world gain extensive results in this life as well. So there, of course, we do we should bear this motivation of bodhicitta to receive the initiation. Let me check. So next is generating the students into the principal deity. So of course you just cannot imagine this body becoming a body of Avalokiteshvara as such. What goes finally into the state of Buddhahood is not this ordinary body, but according to the highest Yoga Tantra, we go through the process of dissolution of different elements and different states of mind, and within the states of mind there are those of the whitish appearance, reddish increase, and blackish near attainment. These should dissolve, and finally you manifest the innate, luminous, clear-light mind, and that is used to, in the Tantra, that is used to meditate or focus on emptiness. And so this innate, luminous mind is what is used to reach the Buddhahood. So the detailed explanation of this is found in the highest Yoga Tantra. So what we should go through is the transformation of the ordinary perception and ordinary conception, which is to say that you should dissolve this ordinary perception of yourself as the person that you are now, and then transform that into the pure perception of yourself as deities through the meditation on emptiness. Very would be helpful.
David Ganga, David Kene, David most of the David in the strongest of Osama, Chanchu is the strongest of the Bona, then Ule Devon, then some just can say, Talan Ketana, Mark Lamel, Shadam also. In a Dirik Ketana, Jayu the Incan Ninja, one of just in there, Tamata, Tamal, and now, Captain, Ranam, Papa Chanda, the Gitane. In some kind of some local, then you can just get to say, then one more, you go, then one more.
So in the highest Yoga Tantra, there is division of mind, the gross, subtle, and the subtlemost. So that is used as the background knowledge. So what we should do now is to meditate on emptiness. So for that, you should try to find your identity. So try to check who you are, where you are, within your body and the mind. So what we should do is try to find yourself within the body and the mind, and by searching for your identity, what you find is that you are empty of any inherent existence as being this or that. And that is to say that you realize emptiness or selflessness of yourself, that you are not neither the body nor the mind, but still there that you are designated, merely designated. And so dissolve yourself into emptiness, and then from within that meditation on emptiness, that is to say that you lack any independent objective existence. And so within that meditation on emptiness, you think of transforming yourself into Avalokiteshvara.
Dasamata is Uspobo, Cabo Kertena, Latanyo no Pan Rupan Chicken, Turma, Yarato Panetena, Magico, Chapale, Tebo Kertena, Tebo Store Chutena, Tema Kertena, Apartanda is Sampani, Semshu Traposi, Sketene, Wamjugo San also.
So with regards to the subtle and gross states of body and mind, it is the detailed explanation is found in the highest Yoga Tantra. So this also can be scientific as well. So that even the scientists can find something to learn from this. So here we are not talking about without having to go through the subtle body and mind. But what you see is you are here, and on the basis of your body and mind, you think, I am this or that. And so from within the state of emptiness, meditation on emptiness, please imagine that you transform into yourself into Avalokiteshvara, with the body of Avalokiteshvara and mind of Avalokiteshvara.
Nga samkane sambabo ketana I ngata dakse supa mulate nga samkane sambabo ketana ketana nga ketana kate chana konjumencha tebu ketana Ming Tak Sangani, Ma the Tak Sangani, Zusana, Kosana Jasa, Tilko Thing Mava, Sitable Jete, Teng Mabu Kertena, Papa Chandra in Samkani, Samba Butene, Shukta Tixkebo Sanos, Teni Tene, Tene Sangas and Lamjik, Jay, Somba Samata, Samchulbo, Dasa Wan Yampo, Darisite Ma, Tashi, Dekan Jetena, Ma Papa Chandra in Samkane, Samsuji, Kubusanos.
So there's inanimate objects like the rocks, the stones, and the soil and so forth. With regard to them, we cannot think about becoming enlightenment, them and becoming enlightened. But enlightenment has to be attained on the basis of mind. So as the defilements on your mind are cleansed, and you will be able to transform yourself into a pure being, and so that is the Buddha's pure being. So right now, of course, we are ordinary with the ordinary body and mind, but on the basis of this ordinary mind, when we are able to overcome all the defilements from within our mind stream, then you will become someone who has overcome all the defilements from within your mind stream and attain a pure state of mind and body. And that is the Buddhahood. And so that is your aim. So at this stage, what you are doing is imagining that you transform into such a pure being, Avalokiteshvara.
Sama changing, Sangye Nyanchashi, Tezukshi, Nastang the Gurte Yaso.
Of course, overcoming the defilements is a gradual process. So you are merely designated on the basis of your body and mind. So when you are full of defilements, you are called a sentient being, whereas when you clarify all these defilements from within your mind stream, then you are a Buddha. So the term Sangye in Tibetan, which is Buddhahood, Sang means to overcome all the defilements, and because of having done that, your mind is full of knowledge. You know everything as it is. So with that full knowledge of everything, then you are able to serve sentient beings infinitely. So therefore, there is great significance in these two words, Sang-ge in Tibetan, that is enlightenment in Tibetan English.
Then you pedasi timabe sansenos. Then semayot semjut and you know timabo sansanampo. Take each other, most na look can chatang the demo jote ha bote yon tenna muketena sang the kind of jazz can don't tap of your teacher. Teomata and Dafio can the same for us tenna. Dubju yochap, Teotoxic Duban on Yampo, take each other now, Janme, don't tap. Mar demochote yachote tupchafi tenetezubi snastam dikheju ten also.
So in the texts we find mention of Kamdeshin or Buddha nature, the element of Sugata, essence of Sugata. So what this says is that all these defilements that are in our mind are temporary, so they can be overcome through development of antidotes. In Uttaratantra, it is said that these defilements are temporary, although we have all kinds of negative emotions like attachment, anger, and so forth, but they are temporary, not the intrinsic nature of mind. But the nature of mind itself is luminous or clear light. And therefore, we have some hope in overcoming these defilements and attaining the manifest state of the enlightenment. So these defilements, like ignorance, is a totally distorted view of reality. And therefore, by overcoming this distorted view of reality, through knowledge of reality and truth, and by thinking through, contemplating on this natural nature of the mind, you are able to overcome all these defilements and reach that of Buddhahood. This is much better. Otherwise, difficulty sometimes.
Lam Bomte, Tene Jante, Te Tulpabo Sala Nangyapo, Dasa Matan, Semjut Korambo Ketena, Sama Juran Yapo, Tenabu Tene Sanget Juran also.
So the nature of mind is clear light, whereas these defilements are temporary, and therefore this gives us hope. So all these defilements ultimately are rooted in ignorance, which is distorted view of reality. So if you think through, because ignorance is a distorted view which sees reality the way it is not, it's a wrong perception or conception. And therefore, when you understand the truth and reality as it is, then this defilement and ignorance can be eliminated. So everything external as well as internal, including your mind, when you think of them, they appear as if they have some kind of objective, independent existence. But if they were to have such an existence, way of existence, then when we try to find their identity, we should be able to pinpoint to their identity. And therefore, when we think about how things lack any intrinsic, inherent existence, though things do appear as if they have some inherent objective existence, through the understanding that they do not exist the way they appear to us, then these wrong perceptions and wrong conceptions will gradually be overcome. We can overcome them. As you gain more and more experience into it, you find more conviction in the possibility of overcoming all these defilements from within your mind stream.
Denzin de la Napote Kadushi, Rana Philo Java, Matan Tan Yapo, Ho Tongsul Buketena, Koran Mona Yokan of saying Natan Toan also. Atepo Matan Toan Angela, Testimona Tatu is Duk Sanketene, Gendajik, Gendajik Yoan also. Katete Tongananjin Yorna, Sajate Cheranyapo, Tenetio Topusha Japa, Sajate Chananyapo, Topnotobatio, Stochano, Mekanjurano, Sombasana, Mata Tongsurbu Kertena, or Dendu Tonteno, Denver Tonten. Tenemata Teo Tonganyapo, I was one of Dukes of the Denver Reno Samkane, Sampuracano, Tebu Kertena Norte, no. Tebu Mata Santa Jose Samdo Tana Mata Moto Kyotono, Yamyo Tonato, Hago Yancha Tenosa, Te Nasambo, Haguana Yampo, Tiola Tentes Kescane, Tenetafe Denzilla Tentes Kescane Tene, Yonmons, Logura in Canto Ketano, Mercanto Te Zajashi, Snatam Gute Yaso.
In the Madhyamaka Avatara, if you try to check the nature of things, you will not find them to have any objective existence as they appear, but they exist by way of designation, and therefore this nature of things, the way they exist conventionally, this conventional existence must not be subject to critical analysis. So what this says is that things do not exist the way they appear to us. So we have a wrong perception of how things exist. So in the Madhyamaka Avatara, it is also said if the intrinsic characteristics of things were to arise dependently, things would come to be destroyed by denying it. Emptiness would then be a cause for the destruction of things, but this is illogical, so no real entities exist. So there are many different types of reasonings that we use to prove that things are empty of any intrinsic existence. So what all of them prove is that things don't have any objective independent existence, but they exist by way of designation. So we have these 5 types of reasonings that are called the reasoning known as diamond splinter, which analyzes things from the perspective of their causes, and then the reasoning refuting existence or non-existent effects, which analyze things from the perspective of their effects, the reasoning refuting the 4 permutations of arising, which analyzes things both from cause and effect, and reasoning, and the 4th is the reasoning refuting existence as neither one nor many, which analyzes nature of things, and then the king of reasoning called the reasoning of dependent arising. So what we find mentioned in the Madhyamaka texts, and particularly the writings of Master Chandra Kirti, that things are empty of any inherent existence, is full of reason. So when you think through those reasons, through reasoning that things have no objective independent existence, you'll find conviction in them. And so I do reflect on and contemplate on emptiness based on these texts. So, by reflecting on emptiness and dissolving your ordinary perception and ordinary clinging to yourself as an ordinary being, you absorb your mind on emptiness, and from within that emptiness you have a sense of an I that transforms into yourself as Avalokiteshvara. So of course you think yourself as being so and so. This body with this body and this mind that you have now is Avalokiteshvara. That is the wrong perception. Whereas when you think that this I, this person with the body and ordinary body and mind do not exist the way it appears to you, that it is empty, and therefore that meditation on emptiness should transform you into Avalokiteshvara. And so within the meditation on emptiness, where you dissolve your ordinary perception and ordinary clinging to yourself as this ordinary person, and then from within that meditation on emptiness, you transform yourself into Avalokiteshvara, a pure being. So, off into Avalokiteshvara. So, of course, I come from the region of Tibet, and I'm an Amdowa, but we can talk about generic Avalokiteshvara as being Amdowa or Ladakhi or anything like that. But when coming or Avalokiteshvara from within this perspective of this clear light mind, this innate clear light, luminous state of mind, and transforming yourself into Avalokiteshvara, this clear light mind becomes Avalokiteshvara. And so from that point of view, there's no difference between Ladakhi or Amdo people. So with this meditation on emptiness, you now transform into Avalokiteshvara. The disciples transform into Avalokiteshvara from within this meditation on emptiness, which is done on the basis of the clear light mind. So the clear light mind is merely designated, and this merely designated clear light mind also transforms into yourself as Avalokiteshvara, who is also merely designated. Please repeat this request. Oh great joy, you are my teacher. Master, please pay attention to me. O great protector, I am seeking the firm ways of great enlightenment. Please bestow on me the pledges. Please confirm on me the vows of bodhicitta. And please grant me the threefold refuge of Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. O Protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great enlightenment. O Protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great liberation. O Protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great liberation. So these defilements, which are temporary, should be overcome through the application of antidotes. And so these defilements cause us to be reborn in the cycle of existence, whereas through the antidotes that you develop, you reach this great city of liberation, which means enlightenment. So you seek that. O Protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great liberation. So next is fostering the firm conviction in Tantra and making a pledge. Please listen. Come here, my child. I'll thoroughly teach you the right of conduct for the sacred mantra of the universal vehicle. You are the vessel of great way. So here you are called by the term, my child. So as long as you let yourself be carried away by negative emotions, these defilements, in ignorance, which holds on to things or beings having some kind of independent existence, you are in samsara. So leave this behind, this clinging to the cyclic existence behind, and come here means to the nirvana. Through the power of the Vajra mantra, the Buddhas of the three times who are endowed with the adamant body, speech and mind have perfectly attained the peerless exalted wisdom. With the unequaled yoga of sacred mantra, the supreme ones like the lion of Shakyas, Buddha Shakyamuni, and others overcome the dreadful and powerful hosts of evil forces. So the Buddha, of course, has become someone who is full of great positive qualities, good qualities, and have someone who has overcome all the defilements, all the faults and shortcomings. And therefore, what this shows is that Buddha was not an enlightened being right from the beginning. But what he went through is the process of purification of his mind, to the purification of all the defilements, including the cognitive obscuration to knowledge of everything, and became a fully enlightened being. So just as the Buddha was a sentient being in the beginning, who was full of defilements, we are also the same right now. So the Buddha became enlightened by overcoming all the defilements that are within his body, within his mind stream, and became someone who is full of great, immense positive qualities. So we can also become like him. And so we should overcome these defilements by meditating on emptiness on the one hand, and to reach that of nirvana, you should of course meditate on emptiness. And in order to reach the great enlightenment, emptiness should be coupled with bodhicitta, the altruistic spirit of awakening or enlightenment. And therefore, when we say, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings, we are actually seeking that kind of level of attainment where you have overcome all the defilements from within your mind stream and gained all good qualities.
the face, Stongi Bosano, Stongi Pochetan, Chamchu is semi Zeta, the Tene, Stongi woman of Yanko, Tene Matana Shady from Tafte, Sama, San Yazula, Lulu, Manzan, Sheja, Rosen, Kyoto, Sanjay, Gurchati, Tene, Shuko, Madame Sepula, Yote, no.
So the two words Sangye, which refers to Buddhahood. Buddhahood is a state which the Shakyamuni Buddhas have and other Buddhas have reached, which is qualified by the purification of all negativities and defilements and having full knowledge of everything. So in order to reach that kind of enlightenment that Buddhas have reached, we should also think of benefit all sentient beings who are infinite. So we should aspire to reach that kind of goal just as the Buddhas have reached, which is full of good qualities and devoid of all faults. So we should think of reaching such a goal of enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. So taking Bodhisattva vows has great potential. The text says, in order to fulfill the interests of myself and others, I generate a mind of enlightenment or Buddhahood, bodhicitta. By generating this mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supremely appealing contact of enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. May I attain Buddhahood. So this is very significant. When you have bodhicitta, you are happy, joyful, and others also will be happy and joyful. Please repeat these lines for bodhicitta, the Bodhisattva vows. I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess all my sins individually. I rejoice in the virtue of beings. I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Community until I am enlightened. In order to fulfill the interests of myself and others, I generate the mind of enlightenment. By generating the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supremely appealing conduct of enlightenment. For the benefit of beings, may I attain Buddhahood. Repeat again. I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess all my sins individually. I rejoice in the virtues of beings, and I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Community until I am enlightened. In order to fulfill the interests of myself and others, I generate the mind of enlightenment, bodhicitta. By generating the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supremely appealing conduct of enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. May I attain Buddhahood. Repeat again. I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess all my sins individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha Dharma and Supreme Community until I'm enlightened. In order to fulfill the interests of myself as others, I generate the mind of enlightenment. By generating the mind of Supreme Enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests and engage in the supremely appealing contact of enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. May I attain Buddhahood. So we have done some of the practices, such as transforming oneself into a deity and then taking the bodhisattva vows. So the disciples, having visualized, while visualizing yourself as Chendrazik, Avalokiteshvara, so your body, speech and mind, your forehead, throat and heart are adorned with or marked with the hum, hum. So hum at your heart, at your throat, and om at your forehead. So these three places are being blessed with this recitation of hum, om. So next is giving a handful of water. So having been blessed, so you having the disciples having visualized yourself into deity, you are made these offerings of flour, incense and so forth. With pushpe, flour, dupe, incense, aloke, lamp and gandhi, scented water. Scented water is offered at your heart, to your heart. So the visualized flowers are offered to your crown. Who visualize yourself as deity, incense to your nose, butter lamp to your eyes, and scented water to your heart. And next is throwing the neem stick. So the Lama recites on Padmadati Hompet. So visualize the Lama as Avalokiteshvara. And all of you also have a potential for reaching the state of Avalokiteshvara, because these defilements that you have now as ordinary beings are temporary. So in order to check which kind of siddhis you would be able to attain, you throw these neem stick in the tray. So facing the north, the disciples hold the stick between their palms and say Om Vajrahasa Ha. And next is giving the handful of water, which is blessed with the Bham syllable. So you take this water to rinse your mouth 3 times. We're going through the preliminary process of the initiation. So when in my birthplace, Kumbum, where I was born, there was the temple of Kumbum. And I used to be there. I didn't understand. So when I was a child, I remember the wearing or so we are done with the preliminary process of the initiation. So here the final thing within this preliminary process is generating the maintain delight and the instruction on the analysis of dreams. The presence of the omniscient ones in this world is intermittent, and therefore there are times when none arise at all. Their appearance is intermittent, like an udamvara flower which blooms only once in 100 years. Those who have the power to pass beyond sorrow for the sake of countless sentient beings without equal arise from the conduct of mantra, which is exceedingly rare. Throughout many millions of eons, I have performed all sorts of negative acts. Through seeing the mandalas such as this, if I eradicate them all, I will be known what need is done to speak about limitless conduct of mantra and so on. So all the different religious traditions are good, and I respect them all because all of them teach how to be kind, warm-hearted, and helpful to others. But regarding the teaching of the Buddha, so the reason why we should be kind and altruistic towards others is because all sentient beings have the Buddhahood, the essence of Buddhahood or Buddha nature. So because of which it is possible for all sentient beings to reach the final enlightenment of Buddhahood by overcoming all the defilements through the application of antidotes. So we have just finished the preliminary process of the initiation of Avalokiteshvara. And so please make a mandala offering as a thanksgiving to this. With regard to taking Bodhisattva vows, I do it every day. So imagine yourself in front of the eastern gate of Avalokiteshvara's mandala. So with a firm faith in Avalokiteshvara, please make an offering of mandala to request this initiation of Avalokiteshvara. This universal base, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with the moon, mirrored the four continents, sun and the moon. I visualize it as Buddha filled and offer it to you. May all transmigrants enjoy such pure land. Please repeat. O great joy, you are my teacher, master. Please pay attention to me, O great protector. I am seeking the firm ways of great enlightenment. Please bestow on me the pledges. Confirm me the vows of bodhicitta. Please grant me the threefold refuge of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. O protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great liberation. 3 times these last 2 lines. In O protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great enlightenment. O protector, please let me enter into the supreme city of great enlightenment. So for the time being, you are not allowed to see the mandala. Therefore, to symbolize that, you are given this blindfold. Then the disciples are also given different costumes or clothes of deities. So making the mudra of, next is making the mudra of lotus family. One must generate as deity. So visualizing yourself as deity, make this lotus mudra. So touch this at your heart. Om Padma Upavaya Swaha. So visualize yourself as Avalokiteshvara. At your heart is blue home and on the sun disk. And at your throat is R, white, red R at your throat on the lotus. And Om, white in color, on a moon at your crown. Next is taking the Bodhisattva vows. So of course you have taken it many times. So to take the Bodhisattva vows, please kneel on your right knee or sit crouched if you can. So with regard to bodhicitta, so to help yourself, you bodhicitta is very beneficial. To help others also, it's very beneficial. For temporary gains and ultimate long-term goals also, bodhicitta is the best. So with bodhicitta, you'll be able to purify yourself of negativities and accumulate merit and wisdom easily. Therefore, bodhicitta is very significant. So please repeat these lines for bodhisattva vows. And repeat this. Sit crouched or on your right knee. So in any way, all of us are followers of the Buddha's teaching. Our ultimate goal is to serve, to benefit all sentient beings who are infinite. And that is possible to do if you reach Buddhahood. And therefore, as long as sentient beings remain in samsara, you feel dedicated to, determined to work to reach enlightenment or Buddhahood for the benefit of these sentient beings. Please repeat. All these deeds individually, I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha Dharma and Supreme Community. Enlightenment. By generating the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supreme. Second time, I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess all misdeeds individually. I rejoice in the virtues of beings. I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha Dharma and Supreme Community until I am enlightened in order to fulfill the interests of myself and others. I generate the mind of enlightenment. By generating the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supreme appealing conduct of enlightenment. For the benefit of beings, may I attain Buddhahood. I seek refuge in the three. I confess all misdeeds individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to my heart Buddha's enlightenment. I seek refuge in the Buddha Dharma and Supreme Community until I am enlightened. In order to fulfill the interests of myself and others, I generate a mind of enlightenment. Bodhicitta. By generating the mind of supreme enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I engage in the supreme appealing conduct of enlightenment. For the benefit of all beings, may I attain Buddhahood. So with this, we have done the Bodhisattva vows, taking the Bodhisattva vows. So with this, we should feel we are fortunate. As I said before, bodhicitta there's nothing greater than bodhicitta to fulfill one's own goal, to benefit the aims of others, and for one's own and others' temporary as well as lasting or ultimate goal. Bodhicitta is the supreme factor to attain them. So Avalokiteshvara. So by taking refuge in Avalokiteshvara and receiving the blessing of Avalokiteshvara in your heart, so this bodhicitta that the bodhisattva vow that you have received now, as you have said, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. So though we have all these stains within our mind, defilements within our mind stream now, but you aspire and feel determined to reach the state of enlightenment, Buddhahood, for the benefit of all sentient beings, so that you attain the same excellent qualities that the Buddhas have. So next is generating the all-encompassing mind yoga. So Jadon Rinpoche is telling His Holiness that people are still crouched. So please sit down. So for this all-encompassing yoga mind, so this aspiration to reach Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings is something that is indispensable to reach Buddhahood. And having become aware of this, so we should know that we should also attain that Buddhahood is full of good qualities, excellent qualities, and free of all defilements and faults. So first, the Buddha Shakyamuni himself, for example, became first generated bodhicitta, cultivated and developed bodhicitta, this altruistic spirit of enlightenment within himself. And then, by treading along the path, became enlightened. So right from the beginning, he was not enlightened. He was ordinary beings like us. But when he appeared in India 2,500 years ago, he also showed us that we should go through the process of purification. And he didn't appear or pretend to be enlightened right from the beginning. But he, in order to show us example, he went through the process of purification of the defilements as one goes through the process of purification of the defilements, then you will have the experience of the Dharma, the different realizations within yourself that comes gradually. I know many friends of mine who have also reached or have some experience of the realizations. I can also say that I have bodhicitta, which has not come without any effort. So I can see that the realization of emptiness is possible. Bodhicitta is possible to develop within yourself through effort, and not just having a good time. And so when you have bodhicitta, you feel at ease. And with emptiness, so I am speaking from my own experience, not just repeating what is taught in the books. So when you have the these experiences that are found in the teachings, the texts, then you will have confidence to reach that of enlightenment as well. So we have attained the life of human beings and met with the teaching of the Buddha. So if we study, reflect and meditate on the teaching of the Buddha quite well, then and generate bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, which are possible to happen to us. So through my effort, I have the experience of bodhicitta, and with regard to the view of emptiness also, I am expecting or hoping to reach the path of preparation.
Matan sen majusa, tene matan jula yukani tene sodu ketene yaya yukate tia, tene nena chogosano, tene tosam chogosano, obdum chogosano, kunte tebu matan hata tebu kumano.
So if I reach the path of preparation, and so I, from Amdo, Hamutundrup, having done the study, reflection and meditation on the teaching of the Buddha, and having put effort in the practice of the path, I've attained the path of accumulation, and I'm hoping to go on to the path of preparation. If I could develop the single-pointed concentration, so do your best while having attained this human life and met with the teaching of the Buddha, and therefore have this determination to reach Buddhahood, to attain Buddhahood, to reach Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings, and generate bodhicitta. And imagine this bodhicitta transforming at your heart as a moon disk. And then next, meditate on emptiness, thinking that nothing whatever exists from their own side, but they exist by way of designation. So nothing exists inherently, objectively. And so this realization of emptiness, imagine it transforming into a white five-spoked vajra standing on the moon disk. So this relative bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta, represented by the moon disk at your heart and the five-spoked vajra standing on it. And through the practice of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, you should think of reaching Buddhahood. So please meditate on bodhicitta and the view of emptiness first. So think, I will attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Have this aspiration or intention to reach Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. That is bodhicitta, the relative conventional bodhicitta. And imagine this transforming into a moon disk at your heart, and then meditate on emptiness, thinking that nothing whatever, including yourself, exists independently, objectively, but you are merely designated, that everything is merely designated, that they do not have, they are devoid of any objective independent existence. So with this realization of emptiness, imagine it transforming into a vajra, five-spoked vajra standing on the moon disk. So this is the meditation on bodhicitta, the conventional and the ultimate bodhicitta. So this mind that we have, through study, we can actually, with this mind, you can gain understanding based on study, understanding based on reflection, and understanding based on meditation. This is something real that can happen to us. So, for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will attain Buddhahood. Imagine this bodhicitta, conventional bodhicitta, transforming into a moon disk at your heart. And then the emptiness of inherent existence of all phenomena and one's mind are of one taste. The mind which realizes this is ultimate bodhicitta, which takes the aspect of a white, five-pointed vajra on the moon at your heart, thinking that the mind of the conventional and ultimate bodhicitta have arisen. Please repeat this. Om Sarva Yoga Chitta Upatayami. Om Sarva Yoga Chitta Upatayami. Om Sarva Yoga Chitta Upatayami. The flower and reciting this mantra. At this time, think that replicas of the moon and Vajra in his heart, which are by nature relative and ultimate Buddha, and dissolves into the moon and Vajra at your heart. So with regard to Tantra, it is to be practiced secretly. So of course, if you don't have any realization, you can't claim to have realization of emptiness or bodhicitta. You should never pretend or even boast that you are a practitioner of bodhicitta or Tantra. But if there are people who should, then you may share the Dharma with them. Please repeat this. Maharata, Sundinda, Suzoku, Bezasadu, Adisedema, Maharata, Sundiku, Suzuku, Bezasadu. Imagine that you are going around the mandala. Suzuku, Bezasadu, Adisedema. And then imagining making prostration to the deities of the mandala, please hold your folded hand at your crown and on your heart, at your heart, and Namo Nama. So then you make the request that the wisdom beings descend. All the Tathagatas, bless me, O compassionate one, please descend into me. So the tree at the heart of a Lama, who is not distinct or separate from the central deity, Avalokiteshvara, emits light, inviting the non-dual primordial awareness of great compassionate one and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions to descend in the aspect of letter 3. And they dissolve into the disciple's body.
Oh yeah. 다 걸어. 미카도 하나 걸어 줘. 가. 다 뻔한 하도 지가 있다. and
So the blessings are stabilized. Use the blindfold. Cover your eyes a little bit, and when I ask what appears to your eyes, pull this little bit up and look up in the sky and check what kind of colors appear to your eye. So that is asking what color appears to your eyes in the sky. Please repeat this mantra Om Mani Padme Hum while going around the deities in the mandala. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum.
Yeah. That Lama so to yari. Yada boy, you would have a lower sugar to Hanam Rigimon, Sono Sheda to the Muru Sheda, Yurina, and Snow, Tanjakingo to Yurche.
So the Lama has made request to the deities of the mandala. And now all the disciples should imagine that they are let into the mandala of Avalokiteshvara. And imagine that you are right in front of Avalokiteshvara. And you are going to throw a flower garland in the mandala of Avalokiteshvara to check which lineage of the deities you belong to. So this is to check how long you'll take to become enlightened, and in connection with which deity you have the special connection with.
Oh yeah.
So the president of LBA through so the first flower fell in the eastern direction, and the second one by LBA president fell on the to the south of the mandala.
Canada,
So Vajrasattva, you have endeavored to open your eyes. Now they are open, the Vajra eyes that see all unsurpassable. Please remove the blindfold. Remove the blindfold. So removing this blindfold symbolizes overcoming ignorance in the main, and together with it all the defilements like attachment, anger, jealousy, and arrogance. So please remove the blindfold. with this understanding. So the Lama shows the mandala together with the deities in the mandala to the disciples. So with regard to the actual empowerment, there are the water empowerment, crown empowerment, the subsequent permission for explaining the Dharma, the empowerment of seven kingdoms, royal objects, and the 8 auspicious substances. So please make a offering to request the first. So at the eastern door of Ishvara with one face and 2 hands. So for easy visualization, imagine Avalokiteshvara on your crown first. So Avalokiteshvara with one face and 2 hands. And Avalokiteshvara, within Avalokiteshvara, you with single point of faith. And the Avalokiteshvara dissolves into you. You imagine yourself from Avalokiteshvara. So, half jokingly, I tell people this: all of us have a very good connection with Avalokiteshvara, karmic connection. So, imagine Avalokiteshvara on your crown, and also imagine in front of Avalokiteshvara me. So regarding myself, it is very clear that I have a very strong connection with Avalokiteshvara for over many lifetimes. And so by making prayer to Avalokiteshvara and me also saying Avalokiteshvara, I will be helping you to ask Avalokiteshvara to love. Then I will pinch him. So I am a representative of Avalokiteshvara for you, and therefore I jokingly tell people that if Avalokiteshvara doesn't pay attention to your prayers, then I will be there to pinch him, remind him of your prayers to him. So just as you have prayed, I will, as I said earlier, that I will pinch Avalokiteshvara to listen to heed your prayers to him for blessings.
Right.
So this is prayer to Avalokiteshvara, blessing the tea, I think. I pay homage to Avalokiteshvara, the noble Avalokiteshvara, whose 1,000 hands represent thousands universal. Disposition beings. The children, school children down there seems not to have received bread. So please give them bread.
What is it? Oh, yeah. No.
So this is a mandala offering to request the first initiation, the water initiation. Please repeat this. Just as Bodhivajra presented great offerings to the Buddha, so that I may be freed, today grant me the space Vajra. So with regard to space Vajra, it is very significant. So this uncontaminated wisdom, which is complete with knowledge of everything and full of good qualities. And so that in the form of a deity is called the space Vajra. think that you, the students, are placed on the platform of an east of the mandala. There you become the noble Avalokiteshvara on a moon and lotus. So imagine yourself as Avalokiteshvara sitting on a moon and lotus seat in the east of the mandala. So this is not a distorted conception. As it is said in the Uttara Tantra, that we have the Buddha nature within ourselves, the potential to become a fully enlightened one. That is to say that the intrinsic nature of the mind, which is clarity and awareness, that is the basis from which we transform into Avalokiteshvara. And all the enlightened activities of the Buddhas always shine forth, the Uttara Tantra says. And the empty nature of the mind of sentient beings and the empty nature of the mind of Buddhas are not different. And there's no difference between these in this. So as practitioners of Tantra, of course, we consider Buddha to be far away from us and us as some kind of ordinary being. But if you can work hard, then because you have the Buddha nature within yourself, you will also be able to become a Buddha. This is 100% sure. It's not just because it is said in the text, but we can prove it through reason. So we always recite this verse, may I seek refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Supreme Community until I'm enlightened. So with these two lines we are thinking of the causal refuge of Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. And then the next two lines show those of the resultant refuges, three refuges, Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, which is to say that the causal refuge are the ones who inspire us, the Buddha as the teacher, the Dharma as our path, and then the Sangha as our assistants on the path, whereas the resultant Buddha, Dharma and Sangha are something that you become yourself. By developing the Dharma within yourself, you become a Sangha, gradually a Sangha, and then finally a Buddha. So you as a Buddha embody Sangha and Dharma within yourself. That is the resultant objects of refuge. So by thinking of the Buddha nature, what is known as Buddha nature or Tathagata Garbha, what this shows is that you will be able to become a Buddha because it can be reasoned out that this is possible for us, that it is possible for us to reach Buddhahood through reason, that it gives us this great hope And it makes us proud that we can become a Buddha like the past Buddhas. There is this confidence. So because of our destructive emotions and karma, we have so much problems and troubles, and because of which we sometimes feel demoralized. But there's no reason to feel demoralized at all, because unless and until you put effort, there's always a possibility for us to tread along the path, first beginning with the study and developing the understanding based on that, and then developing the understanding based on reflection and thinking through the teaching, and then finally by developing the true realization within yourself through meditation. And therefore we must feel confident and proud to engage in the path to become enlightened ultimately. Sometimes we talk about ghosts and evil beings, Zen and so forth, who harm us, but we should not fear them. They also have Buddha nature within themselves. And if they also train themselves in the teaching of the Buddha, in the path that is taught by the Buddha, so these spirits, the local landlord spirits and so forth, Gyalpo and Zen and so forth, should not be feared. So because of not being able to practice the teaching of the Buddha well, they also sometimes harm others. And with regard to the Chinese, for example, I always feel sorry for them for giving so much trouble to us Tibetans. So of course, we should not think of harming back those spirits. So they also have Buddha nature. And if you think that these spirits are harming you, instead of harming back, you should have compassion for them. So have compassion intentionally, thinking of the harm that they do to us. Instead of harming them, have the intention, the compassionate intention to help them. That would be helpful. So the weather is really bad today. So judging by the weather, because of this, it seems that we should have a nice noodle and sleep well. So now the first initiation, the water initiation, is being prepared. So the Vajra Master invites the empowerment deities for the benefit of the disciples. Right rays from the free syllable at his heart, not distinct to him, not distinct from the great compassionate deity, invite all the conquerors and their retinue who abide in the 10 directions to bestow the empowerment. Lochana and the consorts appear in the sky above the disciples, singing, dancing, playing music and holding parasols and victory banners over them. A rain of flowers and saffron descend. With a slight movement of the hands, nectar of white bodhisattva from the vase will bestow empowerment, Rupa Vajra, etc. Sing auspicious songs, wrathful deities abiding in the intermediate directions dispel obstructions. Then think that the empowerment deities throw flowers to the disciples and sing auspicious songs. Possessing the excellences, golden, like the golden mountain, the protector of the three worlds has abandoned the three stains, possessing the eyes like the open petals of lotus. So the water of the precious vows of auspiciousness grants you fortunate beings the empowerment, karma and afflictions and obstructions are purified, and one's mind becomes moist with bodhicitta. Merely by saying the mantra, the deity makes ablution and requests the divine water purifies. Likewise, I do say ablution. The victory vase is placed on that student's head. So with your faith and the compassion of the Lama and the ritual, so with this water, you imagine the blessings come to you and dissolve into your body. So the deities of the empowerment are also invoked, and they give the blessing or the empowerment, the water empowerment, and which is granted to the disciples. So your whole body is filled with the experience of bliss. All stains are purified. The leftover water collects and arises as the crown ornament of the 5 Buddha families. Light form this heart syllable at the heart of the Lama, not distinct from the central deity, invites the empowerment deities, and they dissolve into the pores of the students. So, of course, as sentient beings, we have all these negative emotions: attachment, anger, jealousy, pride. So, these, imagine that they are purified through the blessings of the lamas, one's lama and the deities. So your stains or defilements are purified, the abodes of the 5 consciousness are transformed, and you are empowered to meditate on the yogic path without characteristic, and potential to actualize the resultant dharmakaya is especially placed in your continuum. Next is the crown ornament. For this, please make a mandala offering. This crown, and honor with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru's, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine it's a Buddha filled and offered to you. May all sentient beings enjoy the Buddha, pure Buddha filled. Idam Guru Ratna Mental Kamniyatayami.
Koso sondu de koto.
Please imagine making this request. Just as Bodhivajra presented great offerings to the Buddha, so that I may be free today, please grant me the space Vajra. Grant me the space Vajra. Grant me the space Vajra. The crown is blessed with water and action mantra, and then it dissolves into emptiness and arises a crown of the nature of the 5 Buddha families. For the benefit of disciples, the empowerment deities are invited by sending light rays from the seed syllable at the heart of the Lama, who is not distinct from the central deity, to those abiding in the 10 directions. The wrathful ones abiding in the intermediate directions dispel obstacles. These are the expressions of auspiciousness in connection with the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. So this is the first virtuous, the Buddha, the first virtuous auspiciousness, the unmoving, which indicates the supreme renowned in the 3 worlds, gods, men and make offerings. So this is the crown ornament of the 5 Buddha families, for the Tathagata families. It bestows empowerment on you, the fortunate ones. It brings to completion the qualities of Buddha, body, mind, speech, and mind. May you quickly attain the Buddhahood of 5 families. So, crown empowerment leaves the imprint for you to attain Buddha's form body, the physical dimension of a Buddha. The crown ornament is attained, and the 5 stains were purified, and then the 5 sense powers are transformed. You are empowered to meditate in the yoga with characteristics. And the potential for the attainment of form body is especially placed in your continuum. Thus the crown ornament, the empowerment has been attained. So by touching the crown on your head, imagine all the defilements are cleansed, and that it leaves imprint in your mind for the physical dimension of a Buddha, form body.
Correct.
So then, having attained the crown ornament, you also made offerings of flower and so forth. Please repeat this long mantra of Avalokiteshvara for oral transmission. Namo Ranatayaya. Namo Arya Nasagara. Beruchana. Vayu Rajaya. Tathagataya. Arahati. Samya Sam Buddhaya. Namasarva. Tathagatebe. Arahadebe. Samya Sam Buddhebe. Namo Arya. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattvaya. Mahasattvaya. Mahakarunikaya. Tayatha. Om Dara Dara. Diri Diri. Duru Duru. Etevate. Chale Chale. Pachale Pachale. Kusama Kusama Vare. Ilimile. Chidijola. Panaya Swaha. Om Mani Pe Main Hoon. 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 Om Mani Pe Main Hoon.
Derun then Jumle on
So you're given these objects. The first is the Dharma wheel, then second is conch, and then you're given the texts of the 3 lineages of the action Tantra. So with regard to teaching, giving teaching, or turning the wheel of Dharma, it is not own people, but even in your day-to-day life, try to tell people to be good person and not be hypocritic and do not deceive others. So if you give this kind of counsel, practicing, giving teaching to others, so today we are doing Avalokiteshvara, the great compassionate deity in the empowerment. So both the Lama, the Guru, and the disciples have a special connection. So from the side of the Lama, I do not think of harming anyone, whether there are gods, deities, or ghosts, or human beings, and so forth, who are harming us. I do not think of or even have the intention to harm them back, whether there are spirits, gelpos, or gods, and so forth, who try to always harm others. I always feel compassion for them. So they harm others because of not understanding what are to be practiced and what are to be abandoned through actions, and therefore they harm others. And then with regard to Chinese, I always feel compassion, though they always think of destroying the Dharma and harming and practicing atrocity towards others. And therefore it is very important for you too, the disciples, to have compassion to all sentient beings. And so you have received or taken the initiation or empowerment from me. So in Hinduism they talk about caste system, but regarding ourselves, we should not despise others by considering them of lower caste. In India, there is caste system. People talk about that. And the lower caste, the people who are considered lower in caste, they do not take food or drinks from them. Of course, it's their own custom. We cannot criticize them. But us Buddhists, and especially those who have received blessings of Avalokiteshvara, we should not discriminate one another on the basis of caste and consider others to be of lower caste, but think that we are all same and have this economist attitude towards everyone, think that we are all the same in their being. The practice of Avalokiteshvara, having received the blessing of Avalokiteshvara, that we are all same. From my side, Kunul Lama Rinpoche Tenzin Gyaltsen was, of course, Upasaka, a lay practitioner. But I received teaching on Bodhisattvacharya Avatara, and I single-pointedly consider him as one of my root gurus and keep faith in him. So you should also have the same faith in the other Dharma brothers and sisters who have received the empowerment from me. So I recite the text of the 8 verses of training the mind, in which it is said that whenever I accompany with others, may I hold myself as the lowest and consider others more than myself. So I think, so you should also always hold yourself lowly in your mind and consider others to be better than you. So by sitting on a high throne and having a big name, I do not, considering myself, I do not have any kind of arrogance. So I always hold myself lowly in my mind, and I always think of serving others. Until the space comes to an end, it is my duty to serve others by holding myself lowly. So next is the subsequent empowerment of the 7 royal objects. And then next comes the empowerment of the 8 auspicious substances. So with this, the students have received the initiation or empowerment of the great compassionate deity. We got into the action tantra. We have finished with this empowerment. As I said earlier, throughout this session, ultimate or the definite Avalokiteshvara is this good heart. So thinking of helping others, having this warm-heartedness to help others. Rather than doing that, if you try to look down upon others and bully them, that is not right. So have a good, warm heart towards others to benefit them. And there are 7 to 8 billion people on this earth. And with a sense of oneness of humanity, if we think of benefiting others, and we should not harm others, despise others, look down upon others. So have always the thought to help and be kind to others. So by discriminating others on the basis of caste and the family lineage, you should not despise them. You should think that all of us are same, and especially that we are same in the sense that we have all received the same initiation from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I do not look down upon others at all. And so you should also, having received teaching and having created this spiritual bond with me, do not discriminate others, do not despise others, do not look down upon others and bully others, and have a good heart to all. So if you do that, then you'll be happy. And having received the Avalokiteshvara Empowerment, which has left a good imprint in your mind, and if you practice these good qualities, you will be able to develop the experience, the Dharma experience within yourself, and reach the goal. And so keep this in mind, please, and thank you. In our society today, there are people who use drugs looking for some kind of temporary bliss and taking different tablets. Of course, they do not have any lasting benefit in the long run. But if you have a good heart, based on the practice of Avalokiteshvara, it will have definite benefit for you for over hundreds and thousands of years. So drugs, different tablets, and are no use to you in the long run. If you find others using these substances, you should not follow them, imitate them, but think that I have received initiation of Avalokiteshvara from His Holiness, and therefore I should in these bad behaviors, using drugs